What is going on, NFL fans? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the J All Day Sports Show. Today, I'm going to do one of my favorite mock drafts where I mock draft 4 divisions. Today, we're going to be doing the NFC East. So, I'm going to do a 3-round mock draft for the Commanders, the Eagles, the Giants, and the Cowboys. Let's get into it. Alright, NFL fans, make sure you do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It's a great free way to help support the channel. And if you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm only 203 subscribers away from 15,000. Thank you guys so much. Alright, now, Giants fans, you're on the clock. 3 overall. Cam Ward goes number 2 to the Browns. Travis Hunter goes 1 to the Titans, right? So the Giants, we're taking a quarterback. There's no other way around it, right? Joe Sheen and Brian Daboll's job depends on it, right? If they don't land a quarterback, I don't care if they got Russell Wilson. They're going to bring in Shedeur Sanders and see how Russell Wilson plays out. And if he starts sucking, Shedeur Sanders is going to get a shot, right? I'm going Shedeur Sanders, number 3 overall. The other reason I like Shedeur here is because Russell Wilson, no matter how you feel about him now, was once a very prolific quarterback in the NFL and won consistently for several years. You can learn from Russell Wilson, who I think is a little cringe, but he still loves the game, knows a lot about it, and drafting a rookie quarterback behind him makes a lot of sense. He goes to the Giants at number 3. Now, Cowboys fans, you're on the board, number 12 overall. Genty went to the 49ers at 11. So, where do we go here? Man, I do love Tyler Warren here in this spot. People are like, they need a wide receiver. They don't need a tight end. They need playmakers. Tyler Warren is a playmaker. Jake Ferguson, his contract's up at the end of this year. No tight end on that roster is an actual playmaker, right? So, Tyler Warren makes a lot of sense for me. You could go a guy like Jahad Campbell as well. I do like Luther Burden the third more than most people do. Kenneth Grant could make some sense on the D line as well. But for me, I want that playmaker, man. Tyler Warren goes to the Cowboys at 12. This dude was just so productive, man. 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns, 15 touchdowns over the last 2 seasons, a drop rate under 3%. CeeDee Lamb can line up all over the place as well as Tyler Warren can. He can line up in the slot. He can line up in line. I like this pick. They need playmakers. They can get a running back and a wide receiver later in this draft. I love Tyler Warren at number 12 overall. Now, Commanders fans, you're on the board. Woo, baby. Colston Loveland still on the board. Gray Zabel could be a great addition to that offensive line. I think they need a cornerback desperately, right? And Trey Amos is still on the board. I love Trey Amos for the Commanders at 29 overall. Shamar Stewart makes a lot of sense from the edge. He's just an athletic freak. Not incredibly productive, right? But, man, excellent against the run. 6'6", 290. You can't teach that type of length, right? He's only 21 years of age as well. Man, I do love myself some Gray Zabel. Cornerback definitely makes some sense. Do they reach on Trey Amos? I don't think so. Man, Colston Loveland could be so dynamic for that offense. But you know what? I want to go edge here, but Shamar Stewart, the production's just not there for me. So you know what? I'm going Gray Zabel. I love Gray Zabel because he could play guard, he could play tackle. They need to protect Jaden Daniels. That offensive line is still not great, in my opinion. They did bring in Laremy Tunsil from Houston, right? So that locks down the left tackle position. But Zabel can play left guard, center, right guard, right tackle. He can play all over the line. Gray Zabel goes to the Commanders at 29 overall. Now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, you're up on the board, 32 overall. TJ Sanders definitely makes some sense for me. Trey Amos, he's on the board as well. I do. Nick Emanwari's on the board. You know what? I think they really need a safety. CJ Gardner-Johnson gets traded away. I'm going Nick Emanwari. They don't typically go safety in the first round, but they could go defensive line. Derek Harmon is still on the board. Oh, man. I really want to go Nick Emanwari, but, man, Derek Harmon is just such an athletic freak, man. Good arm length, quick first step. Fast hands. That's like everything you want. High IQ guy. He could play all over the defensive line, in my opinion. Man, Derek Harmon makes a lot of sense. 6'5", 310, can kind of be that DN in that 3-4 scheme. I'm going Derek Harmon to the Eagles at 32. Now, Giants, you're up on the board. 34 overall. We went Shedeur Sanders in round 1. I probably want to get some offensive freaking lineup, but they need a cornerback desperately. Their cornerback room, not very good. Adoree Jackson went to the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going Trey Amos to the Giants, 34 overall. Now, Cowboys fans, you're up 44 overall. In the first round, we went Tyler Warren. Now, I'm looking at wide receiver. I'm looking at D-line. I'm looking at running back, guard, edge. Princely Umanmielen, he's on the board. He's a very interesting piece, 6'4", 255. I do like his size. Maxwell Harrison, a cornerback that I really love. A lot of injuries to this cornerback room for the Cowboys, so that could be a very interesting pick. Maxwell Harrison had a really good year in 2023. Played hurt in 2024, so we can't really look at those grades. Man, Cam Skattebo on the board at 50 overall. Let's check out these running backs, right? Skattebo, Judkins is on the board. Trevion Henderson's on the board. They pick again at 76. Probably can get one of these guys at 76. So I'm going to look at another position for the Cowboys, right? Who's left on the board? That's very interesting. Shavon Revel and Harrison definitely are piquing my interest, but the guy I'm really circling right now is Jaden Higgins, true X wide receiver, 6'4", 215 pounds. He's a reliable possession type of wide receiver, super athletic. One of my favorite wide receivers in this draft. He's got the big body, low drop rate, under 3%. That's what you want, man. Missed tackles forced 12, deep catches 8. Not really a screen guy, but he did catch some balls out of the slot, you know. I think he's going to be very productive in the NFL. I love the size. He can run the whole route tree. Great compliment to CeeDee Lamb. Jaden Higgins goes to the Cowboys at 44 overall. Now, Commanders fans, you're up selection 61 overall in the second round, right? Man, running back. You know what? Yo, this offense is about to get super dynamic. Yo, Cam Skattebo. What an addition. Because he's one of the best wide receiver running backs in this draft class. He can run so many good routes. He runs crisp, clean routes. I love this pick. I'm going Cam Skattebo. 61 overall to the Commanders. Wow, that offense is looking very dynamic. Deebo Samuel, Cam Skattebo, Terry McLaurin. Woo, baby. All right. As an Eagles fan, that makes me very, 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 very scared. All right. We went D-line in the first round for the Philadelphia Eagles. We're up 64 overall. Elijah Arroyo is on the board. That is a very interesting play here, guys. Very interesting. Carson Schwarzenegger, the linebacker, extremely talented, but there's some great talent later in the draft. I don't want to waste this pick, right? Man, Mason Taylor's on the board. Jordan Birch on the board. Elijah Roberts. I know this might be a reach, man. Will he be there at 96 overall? He came in for a visit. 2 back-to-back 91 grades. Dude is extremely, extremely impressive, right? But man, Elijah Arroyo on the board here is definitely tempting. Arante Ursary, the tackle, very interesting as well. Played left tackle all 3 years at Minnesota. He's got good length to stay at tackle. Could be the right tackle of the future for the Philadelphia Eagles. That could be a very interesting pick as well. I do like these tight ends, but value-wise, I'm going to have to go Ursary in the second round, 64 overall. Howie likes the trenches. He's a trenches guy. All right, Giants, you're up 65 overall in the third round. We got our quarterback. We got a cornerback. Offensive line could be an upgrade here. Elijah Arroyo, they did draft the tight end last year, but he hasn't been great. Dylan Sampson, adding one of these elite running backs could be interesting for the Giants as well. But D-line, CJ West is on the board. This dude is a freaking monster. Put him next to Dexter Lawrence. Dude is going to be a straight savage. I love that pick for the Giants. Okay, 76 overall. Dallas Cowboys with their last selection in this 3-round draft. 76 overall. We went Tyler Warren. We're going weapons heavy here, guys. We got a wide receiver. Now we want to do some D-line action. Alfred Collins is on the board. Very talented player. He's been mocked considerably to the Cowboys, man. I do love that pick there. Ozzie Trapilla makes some sense. Terrence Ferguson makes some sense. Elijah Roberts is still on the board. He's an excellent edge defender. He's really talented, man. I love Elijah Roberts. 6'4", 295. Oh man, that's a hard choice, man. Hard choice. But Alfred Collins is the best player on the board right now. I'm taking him for the Cowboys at 76. All right, now up on the board are my Philadelphia Eagles. All right, we went Ursery in round 2, Harmon in round 1. We're 96 overall. Okay. Lathan Ransom, he's on the board. A great safety. Eagles need safety help. I'm not even going to think long about it. Excellent run defender. Missed tackle rate's a little higher than I would like, but he's a really good player. Andrew Makuba is on the board as well, man. This dude's very talented. A little bit better in coverage, which probably the Eagles need because they don't blitz a lot. So I'm going to go with the coverage safety and Makuba from Texas. Now, Giants, you're on the board. Last pick for us here, 99 overall in the 3rd round. We went D-line, corner, quarterback. All right, where do we go from here, guys? They need a lot of help in a lot of places. They could go safety as well. The safety room's not really great there. Belton, the tackle. Really good pass blocker, man. That's what I love to see. 6'3", 336, man. Pretty talented guy. The Giants are already... Look at that trend. I'm going with the trend. Belton goes to the Giants. All right, here's the 1st round, guys. Some highlights from our picks. Shedeur Sanders goes number 3. Cowboys get Tyler Warren. The Commanders get Gray Zabel, the Swiss Army knife of offensive lineman. Excellent player. And if anything happens to Tunsil, he could step in at left tackle. I love that pick. A great depth pick. And I think he'll start at guard right away. Philadelphia Eagles take D lineman Derek Harmon. All right, NFL fans, that wraps up my NFC East only 3-round mock draft. If you like these kind of 3-round mock drafts for divisions, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace.